Welcome back to Williams Grove, trying to put the wraps on our final heat race, and it's taken some time to get through these heat races. A lot of yellow flags, a lot of red flags, incidents, all kinds of stuff, bumping and banging going on. But we're down to the final few laps here of our final heat race as Tim Schaefer goes to the outside of Alan Crimes in a battle for third. Aeronaut holding down the final transfer spot. Sammy Swindell did not get a good start in the number 10 car. Maybe something's amiss there.
Yeah, you wonder if it bent the Jacobs ladder, did some damage to that car when it got into Adam Welk. But you know what, Bobby? It's $50,000 to win. It's a national open. Everybody's running hard.
Yep. You can say that again.
It's never easy to win 50 grand, especially here at Williams Grove.
Tim Schaefer being challenged by Aeronaut. Sammy Swindell reeling those guys in with 1 lap to go. Sammy could be within striking distance. Aeronaut better hang on in that 25A. Well, he didn't get a very good drive off of the corner number 2, so Swindell probably not going to get there. Sammy gave it everything he could, but he's not going to get into the top 5 as Jack Hodenschild wins our 4th and final heat race, and the 25 of Aeronaut does hang on for that 5th and final transfer position. Wow, the heat races are done, Brad. I mean, we had some action now.
Yeah, and look at the guys that didn't make it so far out of their heat races. The B main, the C main, a lot of good race cars are going to be in that coming up.
Your official results for the 4th and final heat race. It's the wild child, Jack Hodenschild, picking up the win. Shots, Crimes, Tim Schaefer, and Aaron Ott move on to the National Open. The rest of the guys will have to go down into B mains or C mains, last chance race we like to call it. They've got their work cut out from one guy who's sitting pretty though right now. He's qualified for the National Open is Paul McMahon, and he's with Shane.
He sure is sitting pretty right now. Paul McMahon, you've had yourself an interesting night being able up there to sit up there and watch as you are in the show. How much of that weight is lifted off your shoulders now?
It's a big relief. Here at Williams Grove, it's one of the toughest racetracks to come to in the country, and pill draw today was the biggest thing for qualifying. We got a decent pill draw, qualified 11th, and put us up on the front row, and were able to win our heat race, so now we're locked in the top 10 of the main event at least, and we got a shot at it tonight.
You've been able to watch the heat races. What have you been able to learn?
The racetrack still hasn't widened out a whole lot yet. The bottom's starting to come in down in 3 and 4. It's still right around the bottom in 1 and 2. But, you know, as the more races we get on, it'll widen up some more and make out for a good race tonight.
Well, Paul McMahon's looking forward to the dash, guys.
Yes, he is. Paul McMahon looking good. It's good to see Paulie back out here. He's a well-liked driver out there in the pit area. I think everybody's happy to see him back out here. But as you've seen, this is one tough racetrack here. And the big 3 this year, Schatz, Myers, and Saldana. One of those guys is in big trouble. That's Joey Saldana. We asked him before the night started, what do they think of this place?
It's just a bear. It's just about the toughest place there is. It's, you know, the long straightaways really, a lot of people come here for the first time and think, wow, look at those straightaways. Well, our cars don't draft, you know, it's not like a motorcycle or a cup car or anything like that. We don't, so the straightaways to us are almost kind of, they're more of a nuisance than they are anything because of what they do to the car. You go that far down a straightaway, it really gets the race car out of shape, and then you got to go down there and try to turn it. So, and then not to mention, you got some of the tightest turns, flattest turns that we race on in the country.
Very unique. I mean, you look at straightaways that are here at Williams Grove, and you put the speed and the length to a half mile, and the corners should be a lot wider, and they're not. So you kind of go in here thinking you're racing a quarter mile, but you're running a lot faster, like a half mile.
This is probably one of my favorite places to come to. It's a place you have to have the utmost respect for every little thing you do. You can be that much off and be a mile away from where you need to be. It's a very unique feel. It's a very uncommon feel, and it's something that took me a long time to get used to it.
Brad, how do you get used to racing here at the Grove? And did you ever finally get to a point where you were super comfortable here?
Yeah, I did, but how you get used to it is just laps, running laps. It's you know, we talk about Eldora a lot like that. Just the more laps you can get here, the better off you're going to be. Those long straightaways, I mean, it'll vibrate things off the car, the RPMs that they turn at the end of these straightaways, and then the engine's bogging, especially in 3 and 4. So it's very hard on equipment, rear end gears and that kind of thing, and very unnerving for the drivers.
Well, Aaron Crocker-Evernham, this is the 164th World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series event contested here. So there's been a lot of racing here, and I guess the guy you're with, he's had his fair share of laps here at the Grove.
Yeah, I think Tim Schaefer's run quite a few races here. Finished 4th in the heat race, final transfer spot. Kind of a wild heat race. What do you think's creating all these problems?
It just seems like a weird night. You see a lot of engine problems, a lot of things going on, and it's 50 grand on the line.
Jason Sides mentioned there's a slick spot entering the bottom of 3. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
I'd say it's just starting to slicken up right there, and it's accurate in the other spot. So it's making it tough on everybody. And it's just going to be a great race later.
Back to you guys up in the booth.
Tim Schaefer has himself a spot in. Of course, we're transferring the top 5 into the feature event, so we've got 20 of them already qualified. We're going to add 4 more through the last chance showdown. You see Sammy Swindell into Adam Wilt, and Adam Wilt trouble on the front straightaway. Lots more racing yet to come. Stay with us. You're watching the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series on Speed.